I would seriously recommend teaching in the UK. I will say for myself, it's been one of the most amazing experiences of my entire life. And even if you're just a little bit interested in it, you should really look into it and see if it's for you, because it does have so many challenges. But I think, yeah, it's just an incredible opportunity for growth and an amazing opportunity for travel as well. So prior to arriving, the steps that I went through would have been an interview with Teach-In, and then from there deciding which city I wanted to choose from the ones they gave me to choose from. So that took a little bit of time to decide, and then from there was the visa application, which there was an online and in-person component to. And then Teach-In organized a meet and greet for the people from the Toronto area, which is where I was from, going to the same place in the UK. So we had people that we knew prior to arriving, which was wonderful. And then I would say booking a hostel, for me it was a hostel or a hotel or Airbnb or something for before you have an apartment. So while you're looking for an apartment and stuff for that first week and a half or something, it's nice to have something booked. Prior to arriving, booking your flight, and then I packed, and I think that's it. So Teach-In was super, super supportive on both before and after I arrived in the UK, I would say. Especially before, I was really impressed with how I was connected with other teachers who were going over to the same location from the same location I was in Canada. Gave me a huge leg up just being able to know somebody before going over, even if it was just meeting them once. And then just lots of support when I wanted to transition from subbing to contract, and numerous meet and greets once I arrived there too, just to connect with more teachers. Would definitely recommend. I would say 9 out of 10, because I guess there's always room for improvement, but I was really happy with Teach-In. So after arriving, I would say the biggest things were finding that hostel that I had booked, getting a phone plan or for the UK. I think I did that within the first 3 hours of arriving. And then from there, it was looking for an apartment and opening a bank account and then exploring the city. Once I did take a contract, there was a lot of support given to me as a new teacher and a teacher from away. I would say one of the most helpful things was a mentor they gave me. So they paired me with another teacher in the school who had a lot more experience than I did. And so she would help me by observing my lessons. I did a lot of co-planning with other teachers in the school. I was in a year group with more than one teacher. So we did a lot of our planning together, which was a huge help because the planning can be a lot, and especially as a new teacher and a new teacher in another country. So that was super helpful. And then a lot of check-ins with administration as well, just making sure I was doing okay. So I would say there are a lot of similarities between the Canadian and UK curriculum, but there are differences. But I would say going in my first year teaching too, it was really helpful because I hadn't had any years of teaching really using the Canadian curriculum other than in Teachers College. So I would say it's a really good time to go because you're really open to whatever you're learning at that point. And then there was also a lot of support from my school. So I think the major benefits of teaching in the UK would be how quickly you can get a contract versus having to wait around on a supply list for a long time and take much longer to get a contract opportunity in Canada. And then when you come back, I found that I was much more employable because of my experience in the UK. I had a lot more to draw on, both personally and professionally. And then I would also say incredible travel opportunities abroad. Everything's just bunny hop flight away, which is super fun. And then I would say, just an opportunity to grow personally as well and push yourself outside of your comfort zone. So I took a lot of learning from my experience, both substituting and contract teaching. When I was a substitute teacher, I had never done it before. And so I really just kind of learned how to motivate students while substituting. And then when I took a contract, I found the newly qualified teacher year that you undergo in the UK to be incredibly supportive. And I was mentored by a teacher and really closely. I was observed often, but I was also given a lot of feedback of how to improve and how they could support me. So that was a really amazing way to start off my teaching career. And then on top of that, I think you just learn a lot of problem solving skills and adaptability skills, which I've brought back with me and have helped me in every area of life, but especially with teaching. I think my biggest achievement of teaching abroad would probably be the fact that I ended up having a community there by the time I left. And I think that was thanks to things set up by Teach-In. I had I was connected with other teachers going to the same city as I was beforehand, which was really helpful. And then there was some meet and greets once I arrived. And then just when I took a contract, I found I was able to make a lot more friends. And so, yeah, I think that was a big accomplishment for me, being able to feel that I had a good, solid community in the place that I was living. So I would say the biggest challenge of my time teaching in the UK probably was making the decision to go, for starters. I think it's a pretty big leap of faith, but once I did, I definitely didn't regret it. But I would say if I had to choose something that was a particular challenge once I got over there, it would have been finding a good work-life balance once I did take on my contract, because it's pretty easy just as a teacher in general to want to stay really late and pour everything you have into the kids and what you're teaching. But I would say it's important also to take advantage of the travel opportunities and not burn yourself out. So that was a big challenge for me, but I think that's also a challenge you would find anywhere in the first few years of teaching. Yeah, so loved traveling around while I was there. So I was living in Brighton at the time, so I would go to London very often because it was 1 hour on the train, and then other places around the UK, any kind of spare weekend that I would have that I didn't have something else going on, like Oxford and all those really awesome cities. So that was really fun. And then every half-term break, I would take a longer trip somewhere. So I ended up skiing in France for one of them. I went to Scotland for a week, Ireland for a week on a road trip, and then I went to Italy as well. So yeah, tons of travel opportunities, which is definitely one of the highlights of the whole experience for me. Personally, I would say the experience teaching in the UK really helped me grow in confidence and independence, which is amazing.